go to the Honorable Mayor of Starkville, Mississippi, Lynn Spruill. Good morning, Mayor. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great, thanks. How are y'all?
You're staying busy, aren't you?
Absolutely. Love it that way. As busy as possible.
Last time I think I saw you, I believe we were at the airport and doing an economic development thing there, and you guys have got a lot of things going on. This was kind of unusual to hear an Oregon company moving to the to Starkville area. Columbia Industries, an oil field and solid waste equipment manufacturer, relocating its manufacturing operation to Starkville from Hillsboro, Oregon. Relocation comes with an initial investment of $9.5 million and creating 62 new jobs. New facility will be housed where? I think in the Gulf State Manufacturing Facility?
Yes, it's out by the airport. It's our first industrial park that the city of Starkville ever had, and Nucor, Gulf States then through various iterations became Nucor. It left us a couple of years ago. They've gradually moved their operations. I think they consolidated them up in Tennessee, and they had a skeleton crew for a while, but I think as they eased on out, that building, actually the land was owned by the city, and Nucor owns the building, and so we got together and marketed it and are delighted to have this industry coming in from the West Coast, which you don't often think about them coming into the South, but it fits their operations very nicely, puts them in the center of the continent, so to speak, so that they can ship both east and west with more efficiency and cost effectiveness. So we're really excited to have them, and certainly excited that they see Starkville as a place they want to be.
Well, and I don't think they've moved their company headquarters or said anything about the company headquarters yet, but that could also happen.
Well, they're talking, that was a point of discussion. No, they haven't moved the headquarters, but they have moved a major portion of their operations that allows them to, take their product both east and west with ease and less cost.
The competition to get these people, regardless of who it is, I don't care if it's 10 jobs or 50 jobs or like this one, 62 and certainly more. The competition is tougher today than it's ever been, and these things don't happen overnight. You talk about an investment. Some of these investments could go on for 6 months to 6 years in time and try to get them in.
Absolutely. These guys, we already had a building, and I think that's a key to a lot of it is having a building ready because particularly in the times we're in right now, getting the materials to even construct a building, it has got lead times that make it very, very difficult to plan. And so we had a building that was ready. It fit their needs. And so with some investment that is certainly less than the investment they would have had they needed to buy land and the building and set the building up, it gives them a quicker turnaround and I think with less cost to them and certainly fits the needs of the city in that we've got something that was vacant and now can be put to productive use. And we're very, very excited about that and having jobs coming into the city that are good paying jobs.
Yeah. You look at the just completed, I say just completed, the 2022 legislative session and some of the things that took place there, like, for instance, the income tax gradually being ended. But there were some things on there that were certainly pro-business, and that's got to help the municipalities out and help them compete in the future.
I would think so. I think the trigger was pulled from these guys before that became a reality. So I don't know that it impacted their decision making, but I know that they did say, low taxes were one of the reasons. But Starkville has a fairly low tax structure as a municipality. Tippecanoe County is a little higher, I think, than most, but we still have a very competitive tax rate for our area, and we have a high level of services. And, quality of life was one of the things they cited, and that's certainly one of the things that we focus on for our community. So I think all those things coming together will help turn the tide in our direction.
I think the key to that is absolutely right. You got to be. These mega sites are a perfect example. Mega site landed. The last thing that we had as far as a big business was Amazon, which is supposed to be, and this is the one in Madison, which is supposed to be underway sometimes the latter part of this month, I think, unless they postpone that again. But you have to put all these things together, and you're absolutely right.
Well, we've got a lot going on in the Golden Triangle, and I certainly give credit to all the folks who are supportive. The Link has been, and Joe Max Higgins and the Link have been extremely instrumental in putting things together for the entire Golden Triangle area, and we work together. We recognize one another's strengths, and we complement one another. So I think it's in the long term, it's our best interest to work together, which sadly you don't see as much as you should, I think, in government, politics, and the things that we're working toward for the community. So I think it's we serve our community well in understanding that a rising tide lifts all boats, and in this case, the Triangle is a very attractive place to be.
I think with your track record now and how long and your experience and everything else, when I ask a question, what do you think we could do as far as any improvements in workforce development with your experience and success record? I think people would listen to that a little bit more with attentive ears. But where do you think we are as far as workforce development, where we're making some mistakes or where we need to go?
Well, to be perfectly frank, I think we've done some really good work. Again, the Link and MDA and the state of Mississippi, along with our EMCC, have got the Communiversity, and I think that is a unique project that is working with our businesses, and the businesses are seeing that there is an opportunity for them to have a trained workforce and particular to their industry. I think that's a real positive feature. I do think, and I've said this for a while, that our EMCC, our junior colleges in the area and in the state are not as active in terms of our thought process. People think of a 4-year degree, but I think that the skill sets that come with the associate's degree, the 2-year degree, as well as the apprenticeship type of arrangement is where we need to be, because there's so many skill sets that you cannot farm out to a robot, and there's skill sets that they're sadly lacking or are certainly strained. The simple things that each one of us every day, getting a person who knows how to do detailed electrical, HVAC work, sheetrock work, plumbing work, all those things are wonderful skill sets, and they are highly paid jobs, and they are rare in terms of people coming in that area. And I think we've done a disservice to our community to make anyone feel that those are not worthwhile professions that should be supported and expanded as greatly as we can.
I agree with you, and we've been talking about that for a long time. But kids are kids, and you and I know that. We a long time ago, we were there for it happened real fast for some reason, but we were there, and we have to be impressioned enough during those middle school years and certainly high school years to say, hey, this is an opportunity for you. And I don't know if we're doing that marketing at the level we need to be doing those formative years of middle school and high school to show them the opportunities. I know some schools do this, but you also have a situation where you still have that competition as I want to make sure my kids go to college here, so our high school sends more kids to college, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know how you win that. I think it's a cultural change, but your thoughts?
Well, I agree, and I think it's a battle worth fighting and winning. And I believe that some of our not secondary education, our high school are going to academic houses that are offering some of those visions for kids at times where they can see that there is something for them, that they don't have to shoot for, getting a 4-year degree. They can shoot for an associate's degree and a skill that is almost immediately marketable. And cities, in particular, are good, wonderful places to work. And skill sets like firemen and policemen, while I understand that they are sort of waning right now, those are strong, ever-present needs for municipalities. And you can become a fireman right out of high school. The city's municipalities will send you to school.